Good afternoon. I'm Ruth Su, and I'm the chair of the School of Computing and Design at CSUMB. Computer Science program is housed under the School of Computing and Design, and today I have the honor to welcome you to this plenary. Welcome, families, friends, faculty, staff, and our industry partners, of course our students as well. Thank you for coming here to celebrate our students' growth and their achievements today. Because we need to move fairly quickly, we have a lot of students standing here to present. I will be very short. And wherever you're talking, we'd like you to come up here and talk to the microphone because we are streaming to another room as well. This room only can have 110 people, and we have around 200 people today. So we need to stream. So next, I would like to welcome Dr. Ochoa from CSUMB to give a welcome remark, and after that, we would like to welcome Dr. Llewellyn to speak to welcome everyone as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the President of CSUMB, and it is a great pleasure to welcome you to this wonderful event that we opened up this fall. Hasn't been officially inaugurated yet. We haven't had the ribbon cutting, but so you're getting a preview of the building. It's really a fantastic facility, and it's a fitting venue for this event where we celebrate a really innovative program, CS in 3, Computer Science in 3, or Computer Science and Information Technology in 3, as it was earlier called. This program is getting national attention. You may know that Governor Brown instituted a $50 million innovation competition statewide, open to all universities, public universities in the state, from all three systems, UC, CSU, and community colleges. And there were many applicants, only a small fraction of them were selected, and this program was selected for a Tier 1 award. So we received a $5 million award in recognition of that. As you know, this is a partnership program between us and Cardinal College. Students start over there and then finish here and get a BS in 3 years, going year-round and working as cohorts. That is, they take all the classes together. It's a wonderful program, and today we have an opportunity to learn about what they have accomplished during this time. Looking forward to hearing all about your accomplishments. And now I'm pleased to turn the podium over to Dr. Llewellyn.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody to this event, and certainly we're very proud of the accomplishments of our CS students. Earlier today, we had a visit at the Hartnell campus that fits right in with all of this. In fact, the gentleman was here earlier. He had to head back, but President Ochoa mentioned the attention and the recognition that this effort is receiving nationally and certainly on a statewide basis. So today we had a member of the Board of Governors of the California Community Colleges who was actually on the panel that made some of the recommendations about the Innovation Awards. And he was so impressed with what we're doing that he decided to come down and see for himself firsthand. And I know he was here earlier and interacting with a number of the students. And so that is certainly the kind of attention that the program is getting. And it's really a result of the students. So congratulations to you. We're riding on the coattails of what you all are doing, because you are the ones that are accomplishing, not us. You guys are. And so I thank you for that, because that brings in resources for both of our institutions that then we can pass on and continue to do great work together. And I think the last thing I would say is that this program to me demonstrates what a community college and the state university can accomplish together, working across what are often institutional boundaries, but there's no boundaries in this program. It's seamless, and it's a pleasure for me to work with everybody here at Cal State University, Monterey Bay. And last, I'd just like to say thank you to our industry partners who are a big part of this effort. Without them, we don't have the internships, we don't have all of those things that are really critical and kind of a linchpin in this program. So I look forward to hearing what you all been doing. So thank you.
So one of the things we wanted to do was give the audience a chance to appreciate the internship projects that were done. So we had 40 interns out on their internships this summer. 37 of them were here on 33 different projects. And we realized it's a challenge to get around to the places. So what we wanted to do is give an opportunity to appreciate the scale and the rigor of the internships. So Katie came up with a process called, first Katie. Let's give Katie a round of applause. So Katie came up with this process that we're going to call the fire hose, and it's just going to be a quick introduction by each of the interns that are here today. They can come in, they can introduce themselves, and then they can talk for just a short bit about their internship. So, and if I could ask you just to hold your applause until the last one, and then we can just applaud them with the sound of the applause. Okay? Okay, so, oops. This is from the phone. Okay, Addie.
Hello everyone, my name is Annie Constante, and this summer I was interning at Cisco. I was part of CSCG and I worked for the engineering enablement team. So my goal for the summer was to facilitate the software development process for the engineers, and I was able to do this by migrating a project and the Rally workspace to another workspace using the API. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. So Adrian, please.
Hello, my name is Adrian Miguel, and I am Luis Garcia, and we are some of the students that intern for the California Public Utilities Commission that regulate and also provide information to the general public. And our summer project for this summer was converting a CSV file over 16,000 records and making it into a visual representation, and it tracks down the ping of routers.
Thank you. So Acides, David, Maritza, Miranda, and Will.
Hello, my name is Acides. I'm David Garcia.
I'm Maritza Abdin.
I'm Will Adams. We are all engineers for Language Line Solutions, which is the local company here in Monterey this summer. Despite working, we spent a lot of summer working on individual projects. Separately, we just taking ownership of one thing and doing that accomplished. But the main focus of the whole summer project was this abandonment project, whereby all of Language Line Solutions revenue comes from over the phone interpretation. If somebody calls us up and asks for interpretation and then hangs up while we're on hold, we can't bill them for anything. So we were sort of tasked by the executive team to address this issue. We spent a few weeks looking through all the call records, trying to find out exactly what the patterns were, what's causing people to abandon, and then we spent a few weeks after a presentation to the board of recommendations, we got to coordinate the methods according to
Thank you. Will. Great. So Alexander and Marcus.
Hi, my name is Alex Doria.
And I'm Marcus Shaw. And our project this summer, we are also students who work for the CPC. Our project was the CalStreet app, which is a network analysis tool that measures the speed of the device that you are on connected to the network.
Our internship was pretty much divided into two parts. The first part was working with the desktop version, and our job was to make the test results more personalized by letting users input their address, and so that also included making a nice user interface.
Along with that, we all have an Android version to make it compatible for mini-sized tablet devices.
Thank you. Alonso?
Good afternoon, everyone. This summer I interned with Driscoll, the strawberry company. So my project consisted of just tasting strawberries on a daily basis. I'm joking. So I work in their molecular department, and part of my job was to use this to automate the visualization of data. So we use this open source tool called JS Philo, which takes in two files, a CSV file and a phenotype file, and pretty much outputs a visual graph such as the one shown above. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Velasquez, and I entered at Westman for the summer. And Westman is a consultancy company that creates mobile web apps for different clients. So what I work on is an internal product, and it's called Scoreboard, and it manages projects and employees' times, how much money the project is spending, how much money they're making. What I focus on is improving the way we use the RailsCode API, and I made how to retrieve data faster, and also fix the user experience throughout the whole application. Thank you.
Thank you. Brian?
My name is Brian Reyes, and I did a research experience for undergraduates this summer at the Space Sciences Lab in UC Berkeley. So we were trying solar flares through WiFi, and we did this with data analysis and image processing. We also implemented a user interface that is helping with the transition to Python that they are having. Thank you.
Brian?
Hello everyone, my name is Brian Miranda. This summer I was part of the machine learning optimization team at VMware. What my team was really focusing on was establishing a time to value engineering system here for self-defined data center products. I'm really focused on optimizing part of that system so that the teams can optimize the product and hopefully also create better software. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Hi everyone. So over this past summer, I was working at a small company called Nextcon Networks, and the goal of the startup company was to improve campus security through digitization. And I was tasked with two projects based on the iOS platform. The first project was an iPhone app that allowed students to have instant access to campus security features and utilities. The second application was an iPad app that allowed campus administrators to understand how their systems are being used, how the campus securities are being used, and how to adjust them fairly for funding. Next question.
Say, sir.
Hi everyone. During the summer, I was a backend developer for the engineering team at Cisco. The main part of it was automating pre-existing projects they had. The second part was kind of new. They introduced this new tool called Composite, which is a database management tool they use. I usually wrote like a how-to guide and how to use it and give it to the engineers. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Diaz and I work for Uber this past summer. I was part of the real-time dispatch board team. They're the team that makes sure that everything goes well from the time that you request an Uber to the time that you get dropped off at your location. With the visualization tool for Impop, it's an open source library that's part of the distributed systems toolset of Uber. I also worked on Uber Rush service of Uber that delivers products instead of people, and I also did a little bit of testing for the dispatching platform. If any of these things catch your attention, come back on my poster and I can elaborate a little bit more. Thank you.
Daniel, Isaac.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Gomez.
Isaac Ishabaru.
So for this summer, we did an internship at here at Medical Center. Our projects range from IC support to configuring and deploying data science. We also work on some basic imaging workstations. So I think our project that we most impact was our Sophos encryption project.
Sophos encryption is a remote application used to encrypt hard drives on all the mobile devices in the hospital. It makes a comparison between the specified device and the server's desired settings. So if there's a difference there, it'll decide whether or not it changes the name.
Daniel?
Hello, Daniel Stella. I interned at NASA Ames this summer, and I work for the tools team. And basically, we're in charge of building tools for in-house use. And the engineers there, they have an iOS application that they can load up jobs and monitor their jobs running on supercomputers. That's been developed in the early 80s. And basically, what they wanted me to do was build the web version of it. So it wasn't just limited to iOS users. And on top of that, they also wanted me to parse some user data from the request to this database.
Hello, my name is Dana Stoney, and this summer I had the opportunity to work for Allstate. I had 3 projects for Allstate. One was making an Android application with other interns to help users get trips for their cars and sell them with that application. The second was a .NET program that automated dates and configuration files to set out documents at the right time. And the third was looking for Allstate TV, which is like YouTube for Allstate employees to broadcast live speakers, performances, talent shows, and such. Thanks.
Thank you. Alex?
Hi, my name is Alex from Years. I interned at a company named Manifold, which is a startup focusing on a Chrome extension right now, which allows you to socially annotate and bookmark web pages. My main kind of job there was a full stack developer, where I helped. I created and implemented an entirely new website, along with profile pages which dynamically populate depending on the user, as well as improve just overall UI and UX features.
Enrique?
Hello, everyone. My name is Enrique Estelle. I had the pleasure at internship at Trump, which is a hospital in Monterey, Arizona. I was part of the security team, and my job was to help and improve patient record security and network security overall. I did this by deploying 3 products, solutions, Honeypot, SIM, which is a soft security information management, and which allows you to make correlations between all the logs from the servers to see what kind of traffic is going on. So if there's any problems, you can mitigate it right away, so not have to wait until after you find out that you can compromise. And then on my last few weeks, I got to work on data acquisition extension. I made a map showing which countries were attacking this time. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Jose, and I interned in the summer at Cisco. At Cisco, I mainly worked on creating tutorials and videos for Cisco Underline developers so they can set up changes. Changes is a tool that builds the code continually, and if there's something wrong with the code, it will notify the developer so that they fix it as soon as possible. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Hello everybody. Over the summer I worked for SPP Associates, an engineering IT firm that contracted me out to Stryker, a biomedical firm. I did software design for them, software engineering, created several tools for them, and did a lot of bug testing. The biggest tool I created was an asset tracking program, you can see it out there, which we use to track engineering tools within the building. If like to hear more, come visit my poster. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Aditya Sanchez.
And my name is Ricky Garcia, and we interned at an ag-tech startup based in Salinas called HeavyConnect. And we wanted to create a way for farmers to remotely monitor their equipment. So we developed a mandate application that would scan for different low energy beacons and send to the database where that beacon was last found and by their locations and their ID and then who it belonged to.
Thank you. Maria?
Hello everyone, my name is Maria Rivera. I had the opportunity to intern at Salesforce this summer. I worked with 2 other software engineering teams, interns, and we were part of the Microsoft team, and our objective was to develop a toolbar that was populated with all these shortcuts that would facilitate the way that users execute common workflows on the app on a day-to-day basis. And the outcome was a fully functional and tested action.
Thank you. Maria?
Hi everyone, my name is Mariana Serra and I interned as well as worked at the team here at Connect. My main role on this team was the database backend along with two others. And what I created was functions to manipulate the data that was in the database, such as employees information, equipment information, and in order to use it, save it, and share it. Thank you.
Yep.
Hello, my name is Miguel Camarena and I interned at RTI Inc. in Campbell. And my task there was to perform a competitive analysis against our leading competitor products and see how it stacks up against our own product and make recommendations for improving our product or designing a new product to maintain our competitive edge.
That's it.
Hello everyone, my name is Mosa Hernandez. This summer I had the opportunity to intern at Cisco. I was part of Connected Mobile Experiences, which is a Wi-Fi portal system. And I focused on the map feature implementation. So whenever you add the map feature onto your portal, I will be able to display the exact location of the user at the time that they're accessing their Wi-Fi.
Everyone, my name is Michelle Navani Garcia, and this summer I interned as an IT application development intern at Nationwide Insurance. And so for my first project, I researched, documented, and implemented a new automated testing tool called Jet. And then for the second part, I worked on front development on one of Nationwide's pages in their internet website.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Orlando Ortega, and I interned at Cisco over the summer. I worked on network managing and networking and lab management. I was in charge of making sure the network inside the laboratory was operating correctly. I created a script that would pull information from the servers and virtual machines and display them onto a web page, which allowed the CSTG group to see these resources and choose their more efficient program.
Thank you.
How's it going, everyone? I worked at Salesforce this summer, and during this internship, I created a feature for their application that allowed their customers that when they receive business cards from potential clients, they manually have to import their information one by one. So what we did was we created a feature that allowed them to just take a picture of the business card rather than manually putting in the information. So it was a great experience. It was fun. Thank you.
Tyler.
So hello everyone, my name is Tyler Jackson and I interned this summer for Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, which is a Department of Energy National Security Lab. I worked in the Environmental Restoration Department, which is responsible for monitoring and remediating environmental cleanup such as they are, monitoring environmental spills that happened in the past. My goal for the summer was to develop a new information collection system for the sampling activities that are required to be conducted in order to maintain this monitoring. If anybody would like to learn more about the laboratory or about my internship and project, I invite you to please come see my posting. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Zach Boleen. I worked this summer developing an application for California Public Utilities Commission. I worked on the iPhone version of the application because the iPhone version of the application was lacking the speed test functionality that the Android web and desktop applications had previously. So I worked to help integrate the speed test functionality into it, and I developed the user interface for it to implement that, including that cute little speed test. to the nominator there. And if you want any more information, please come stop by my poster. And thank you.
The first front row can kneel, that might make it possible to see the back rows. Good. You're good. You're good? Yeah. So tell us, can you get them all in? Is that good? Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah. It's an on-off button. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. So we wanted to transition to the next part of the program, and I want to characterize our guest speaker. So, as Presidents Ochoa and Llewellyn spoke of, this effort that we have here is a mutual enterprise, and the goal of it's a mutual enterprise, and the goal of the enterprise is to produce incredible software engineers, developers, and technologists. It's not simply to graduate from the university. And I think it's important to characterize that we're not the ones that can say that our students are prepared and our students have grit and our students are awesome. We're not able to say that. So a significant linchpin of this program has always been to find motivated industry participants that can work with us, challenge our students, but ultimately vet the quality of our students and their efforts. We worked long and hard to find somebody, and we have this wonderful software engineer. And she came alongside us and decided to work with us, and she really did this out of the goodness of her heart, and we owe her a great deal. And she's given us a blessing, she's given you a blessing, she's given the students a blessing, and that blessing is rigor, and that she has high standards, and she's willing to hold you to those high standards. So if I say you guys are doing great, I'll give you a big hug, and yeah, you're doing great. But from the perspective of industry rigor, then we needed somebody like Vanita. So I'd like to invite Vanita Namali to come up here for her keynote remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me okay? How's everyone doing? Good. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for having me. Very kind remarks from Professor Joe. I'm honored to be here. I can say that it was just fantastic seeing all those internship showcases out there in Porto and the confidence that the kids have in the projects, and definitely see bright futures here. So really excited to be a part of it. I was wanting to talk to you a little bit about what the internship program means and why it's important. And also, Professor Satya and Joe asked me to talk a little bit about what my own personal journey was and what lessons you all can take away from this experience. So I'm going to launch a little bit into that. To start out with first, though, I want to thank the administration of this college that has this fantastic program. I think you guys are doing a very good job. Personally, I've heard your story in KQED and was inspired. This is amazing. I think it's amazing. The location of it is amazing. The population of students that you're reaching out to is amazing, and it's just wonderful results. And we've been lucky to have 2 of those fantastic students over at Salesforce. I want to see 20 more next summer out there at Salesforce. Personally, I'm happy to continue to stay engaged. My slight admission is I love being back on campus. It's great. I should be here instead of work. But yeah, such is life. Such is life. When you really start enjoying campus life, then it's time to leave and make that money. But I want to stay engaged with this university. I'm hearing about programs like Above and Beyond that continue to sort of embrace the culture of learning and fostering that growth and teamwork within the school. That is awesome. Salesforce would definitely like to participate in that. I've met some of the colleagues like me from Facebook and other companies that are also helping out here. So I think there are a lot of good things to do. But the first thing is, this is a celebration. This internship completion is a celebration. It's a celebration of, number one, the students' talent. I think this is, we can all agree, we've seen some amazing talent out here. Number two, it's a celebration of all of the companies. I've looked at the list of the companies. That's amazing. Allstate, Apple, Berkeley, NASA, Language Line, Heavy Connect. Who knew farmers had beacons and RFID cards in their equipment? This is great. So a lot of companies here participating, so congratulations to them and thank you to them. Obviously, this is very meaningful for you all that are going to take your careers out there in technology. Wanted to talk a little bit about, the reality of what's happening in the industry there and why this internship is important to you. The metrics say that about 60% of the interns that get out there in companies that have 100 or more people end up getting jobs with those companies. At Salesforce, personally, university hiring and university involvement is very important to us. About 30% of all R&D engineering hires, 30% of our hires come from schools. So we do a lot of recruiting, we do a lot of partnership. This is where the young talent comes from. And this is the future of our talent force. The other thing is internships are a great opportunity. For all of you that do your internships at Salesforce, we've seen over 80% of them get full-time offers back on their leave, which is great. So get out there, network, and get your internship going soon. As I was reflecting, I personally didn't have the advantage of having an internship during my school years, but I think this is changing, right? This is changing now a lot. Reflecting back on what brought me here, I mean, why am I here? Why me? What aspects of what I was as a student brought me here? I wanted to talk a little bit about that new package. This is what you all are working on. You should be aware, cognizant, and try to develop that brand. The second thing is about the road you take. Where are you going? What is the road you're taking? Computer science looks like that's the road you're taking. It's a good one. I'll tell you why. There's lots of jobs there, and it's exciting too. Number three is who you choose and who you select and whose life you touch and whose life you're getting touched by. That's your guides, and that's really an important aspect, not only through your school, but also beyond school and how you network at work as well. So in terms of the road you've chosen, computer science is a great field. GeekWire says there's going to be about 1.4 million jobs in tech by 2020. Our colleges are only graduating about 400,000 of those jobs. There's a big gap there. So it's a great place to be. When there's demand, this is a great place to be. So stay at your field, stick with it. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. And it's going to need a lot of perseverance, a lot of hard work, but stick with it. I think that the being in tech is also fun. I think I don't have to tell this generation who's born with computers and iPads and who are probably watching YouTube videos and movies in your iPads since you were 3 years old. That wasn't the case with me, but I'm sure it's the case with most of you. So technology is in all aspects of our life. There are going to be a lot more opportunities in technology. So stick with it. The road you've chosen is a good one. It's a solid one. There are a lot of jobs out there. Stick with it. It is hard, but you'll get through it and it will be a rewarding career. Personally, for me in tech, it's been fun because I found it very rewarding to work on programs, completing my programs. I love working on the OS. I felt very powerful because you can orchestrate other programs as well. So that was kind of fun. And also being in technology, you know that you're changing all aspects of day-to-day life. I mean, we just saw it from farming to education to machinery to astronomy. You're changing things. It's really exciting. The second thing, which is the most important aspect of what you do, is the U package. I call it the U package. It's who you are. And I don't think intentionally you go about trying to figure out what that is. At least I didn't till I got into my career. And now this opportunity with you made me reflect sort of what that might have been. And I wanted to call out 3 things. One is hard work. There's just no easy way around it. If you're looking for the Cliff's Note on getting through life and getting a successful career, there isn't one. It's not published. It's just hard work. Personally, for me, when I came in, an example was my first class that I had to take here was college algebra in Oklahoma City. And I took my test about 4 days into migrating from India into the States. I bombed. I got a D in the test. I had to get the surface area of a donut. I didn't know what donut was. One of the problems said plot 3x minus 8 equals 9. I didn't know what that meant. What did plot mean? So there was a whole language barrier, and then for sure there was a knowledge gap. And the next 2 weeks after that, my job was I got a book from the library. I got friends to help me. I went through every chapter and almost all the exercises at the end of those chapters to get prepared for the next test. And I ended up getting out of that class with a B. But there's no 2 ways around it. It's just hard work. Along the way, you're going to have some classes that you may not like. Personally, I didn't like the network classes. I love the OS classes. There are going to be some tough ones, but you've just got to persevere and put in that hard work. There's no 2 ways. Second thing about who you are as a person, personally for me, is perseverance. And this is actually a true story. Is when I migrated here, I came in with my first semester fees of about $4,000, and I knew I couldn't, put my hand in for more. There wasn't more there with the parents, that was sponsoring me, and their alternatives weren't things that I was going to get myself used to. So I wanted to persevere through college, and one of the best ways I could do that was I was already working at PVC, so I was already babysitting. The other thing I could do was if I had an in-state tuition, it would make it much cheaper. And the way to do that is you need to have a job as a TA, as an RA. And that is mostly for master's students and students that were, in the programs that had the PhD or the master's. So I was taking a class with a professor, Charles Peters. He's still the head of department of mathematics in University of Houston. And I waited, and my heart was throbbing in my head every time the class would get over so I can come over and talk to him, just make that connection. I worked really hard. I really did well in that class as well. And then the other thing I did was every single day he had office hours. For all the days he had it in the week, I waited outside his office. And every single time I asked him, have you looked at my application for TA? And I did this the whole semester. And at the end of the semester, he gave me the good news that, yes, you got the TA-ship. And I can't tell you, the fruits of perseverance and grit are just superbly rewarding. Just stick with it. It's hard, but just stick with it. Believe in yourself, stick with it. I had no idea they'd do it. They had not done it for an undergrad student at all at school. But then I ended up really being happy and benefiting from that. And also I ended up getting a math major, which is kind of funny that I bombed my first test in math. The last thing I'd say about the U package is that attitude. I say this, I've talked to some of you guys as you're coming up for an internship interview at Salesforce as well. Attitude is everything. We can teach you some additional features and skills in programming. We can have you, get some instruction on how to use the debugger, how to write better documentation. We cannot teach you attitude. attitude is just something you're going to have to start building within yourself. And for me, the attitude is about, being positive, sort of having that positive influence for people around you. People that are successful surround themselves with positive people. So really your attitude of getting things done, being positive, bringing people along is really important. And I think that connections that you make by being positive and being helpful will really help you within your school, your classes, your semesters, as well as at work. Definitely at work, it's a big win if you have a positive attitude. So just wanted to have you guys think about, who are you? Who's that who package? You package. What is your brand? What core attributes do you associate with yourself? And then just, build on it and continue to grow it and foster it. It's pretty important aspect. I mean, learning, university education is awesome, but being able to apply it in the real world, those are the things that will make you stronger. And the last thing is the guide. I think, there are amazing people around you here that are amazing guides, your professors, people you interact with in the administration office. They have connections. They know real people in the real world. So make connections and start to build sort of these guides. Keep adding to your Rolodex or your coaching team, if you may. Think about yourself as a basketball star, and you're adding all these people to your coaching team. They're going to help you a lot through the rest of your life. So think about, those aspects of what you're going to do for yourself, who you're going to bring along with you. And as far as the road is concerned, you've chosen the right road. I think I wish you a ton of luck in this journey. And again, thank you for having me. This is an amazing experience. I'm really enjoying looking at all the projects here. And I hope to see more than 2 people at Salesforce at the next internship. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Satyanarayanan. I'm going to take a few more minutes to thank and recognize a few people who made this possible over the years. So if you could bear with me, I'm packaging the computer science program here at CSUMB. First of all, I'd like to start by thanking all the students for their hard work. Students from Hartman, from CSUMB, from the cohort programs, we had a whole group of students who did so much work during the summer, which made this event what it is, both in terms of the internship and preparation for the symposium. So I'd like to thank them all. The students started their internship in late May or early June, but there's a lot of work that happened for a very long time that kind of resulted in this kind of results in these kind of events. So I'd like to recognize, of course, the family that are here. We have some high school teachers here, I think. Faculty in both institutions who taught them the skills that they were able to use in their internships. Staff, Katie, Melvin, Leslie, Andrea, people from the registrar's office, scheduling. There's so many people who, who have helped us in doing what we have done, and without all their help, there's no way we could do something like this. I would like to thank some of our sponsors. I think we have Teresa Matsui here from Matsui Foundation. We have funding support from National Science Foundation, from Monterey Peninsula Foundation, California Public Utilities Commission. So there's a lot of things that come together to make something like this, like 37 to 40 students who did internship this summer. We all really hope it's going to be like 60, 65 next summer, right? That's kind of what we are targeting. With that, I would like to take this time to thank one person who has supported us a lot from the beginning. Masha, if you could come up here. Masha is Dean of College of Science. She is retiring end of this year. We are very heartbroken about it. I want to share a story. About 6.5 years ago, I went to Masha's office and I said, we want to hire a full-time internship coordinator, and I have money for half of it. We got an NSF grant which had 20 hours of internship coordinator. I have no idea why she didn't say, like, get out of my office. Like, I don't know, somehow she trusted in us and made it happen. And that's a very kind of a popular phrase, Marsha says, let's see how we can make it work. It's something she says, and I know that means it's done. Right? Like I walk out, I've asked to a lot of things since then. That's how we started the internship program. We have done internship programs since then, and every summer at the end of the symposium, Marsha will kind of drag me to the side and ask, where are the girls? Where are the girls? And that's something which she has been asking always. She's a computer scientist by trade. She's very passionate about computer science education. I think we are her favorite department in the college. I don't know if she says it, but I know that's true. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank her. I've been meaning to get her a gift, but she was asking me about the computer science t-shirt. So we are giving this to her so she can keep us close to her heart. Thanks.
Thank you. You guys are, this is the proof of everything. When we first started, I gotta say, I had my doubts that you could really do this. But you guys have shown that it is possible and you did it well. So that's my best thing.
Thank you. We should plenary, and there is still the poster session. You can continue the poster session, so please go and talk to the students. Hopefully there is some food still left. So please help yourself. Thank you.
Mario?